What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house once again on Twitch. Coming up soon. I know you're here for a market watch, but hear me out. Billy Break is going to be streaming Duel Links, I think, for a good amount of time tonight. They're going to be setting up, testing their setup, and streaming some Duel Links tonight on the House O Champions Twitch. So I'll have the link down below, first thing in the description. Be sure to follow, turn those notifications on. I know a lot of you guys missed him at YCS Dallas. Well, here you get to see what he's up to because he just hit King of Games on Duel Links and wants to start hanging out with you guys on Twitch. So be sure to follow there. It's going to be really awesome. He'll also be doing Hearthstone in the future for those of you who might enjoy it. Once he gets bored of one game, he can switch back and forth and stream for longer. I think you guys will really enjoy, you know, getting to hang out with more of the house on Twitch. So be sure to tune in for that. But what you came here for on this video, what you were looking for is the market watch, right, boys? Let's go ahead and get into it. And Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is actually going up. Well, it looks like it's at its market price here. On eBay, it's actually a low of $11. Why is this? Why is Ghost Ogre going up? I think a lot of people underestimated this hand trap going into the format. What it does is, when a double helix activates its effect, it hits double helix off the field, so it can't summon whatever they're grabbing to the field. It has to go to the hand for that effect. That's really big against the deck as it stops Master Plan from coming out to the field. Sure, they can add Sleeper, they can still pop Sleeper out, but getting rid of Helix really helps against the deck, and stopping Master Plan from popping out, that's huge, trust me. And it's another hand trap for disrupting plays such as the field spell itself as well. So we see it actually hanging under its market price with a brand new listing here before it's above the market price. So that's a pretty good deal if you like gold rares. You want the discount ulti, so to speak. And the ulti is actually up versus its market price at $61 versus a market price of quote-unquote 51. But I think it's been hanging out here for a while. But the huge note is, it's really rare we see TCG player being that much cheaper than eBay. So that should tell you something about how this weekend is going. If you're going to YCS San Diego and you got rid of your Ghost Ogres from Zoo format, or if you're going to YCS London, you probably want to have your hands on some Ghost Ogres before they start spiking up. So definitely consider getting yours now. There's only 31 total sellers here on TCG Player, and it doesn't quickly rise, it looks like, but 97 total listings, and it's holding the bar at 11 on eBay. That should be a sign to you guys. Next up is Ash Blossom, which is at 70. I think that's about where we looked at it last. I purposely haven't looked at eBay yet. I want to be surprised along with you if there's something shocking. But you see its norm is at quote-unquote 62. Ash Blossom's had such a giant curve over the wild that you can't really look at that market price. But I'm pretty sure this is about where it sat when we looked at it last. And that's the YCS Dallas effect I was talking about. Tons of people bought theirs for an event off of online. It was a natural spike, not a buyout, and it's cooled back down. So let's look at Ash Blossom, Ian, and let's see where we land here outside the lot. 70 exact, same. All right, so Ash Blossom seems to be settling in here. Again, I'm going to say this every time. I think we're gonna see a gold rare reprint of it in premium gold like we did with Ogre. Ogre was expensive then too, you remember, $50 to $60. I think we'll see that happen 2.0 should we get a gold rare variant this year. The next hand trap on the list that's going down, down, down is Ghost Reapers and Winter Cherries. An available $13 is out of the norm for a first ed original before it's 16 here for another near mint. But dipping under $10. All right, but hovering the $10 range is the regulars. Last we looked at this, I think it was 13 before Dallas. Again, tons of people naturally grabbing playsets. It did put in work at YCS Dallas, but a lot of the duels said it was kind of their worst hand trap that they had, especially since people started to figure out Borolo Dragon. After Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries hits Firewall and Double Helix, which it's probably the reverse order, they're hitting Helix first. They have Borolo as kind of their boss monster that's really hard to deal with and get over. They also have Ningirisu, which is a very good card, the Ignister of the Link world. I believe Marcelo was playing that. It's not bad at all, and I'm sick. Let me take a drink here again, boys. Really hard to do these videos while I'm sick, but we shook a lot of hands at YCS Dallas, and we didn't always use the hand sanitizer. I think Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries is kind of one of the weakest hand traps of the format. That being said, it's still necessary. You've got to draw into 1 to 2 hand traps no matter what, so you probably are playing this in your deck against Spirals. Droll and Lockbird proved itself more than worthy during this weekend, and that's why it's up on TCG Player, right? $29 for the Super, and a low of a near mint at $25 on TCG Player. These are actually, quote-unquote, lower than their market prices by a little, at least for this. That's still really expensive, and if you come over to eBay, you'll see a huge discrepancy. This is, again, why I always show both. $20 near mint. That's right. $20 near mint. That is a crazy difference for a card, a 20% difference. We see it quickly go up, that is a new listing, to $21.50, $21.50, $22, but it just seems like people who might have gone to Dallas are now selling theirs. They've gone back, they had an expensive trip, it was 1,000 people, they gotta get their gas money back. What's the easiest card to play if they're not sell if they're not playing the rest of the format? Right here, so that might be the main reason. Less people, it's easier access to just make an eBay account and sell. But overall, I would think that's part of it, but look how many it takes to get to that 25 range. Now let's go ahead and look up the OP price, because I actually haven't done that as well, to see, oh my goodness, well that's not cheaper on eBay. OP01's low of 32 for Droll and Lock. Let me just, in case they typed and or something, nope. $33. So if you're a holo whore, you really love shining up your deck. that's a price to pay. So it does seem to be cheaper, at least for the OTS. Again, always shop both. There's also Amazon. A lot of people point out Amazon for me. When prices are really crazy, sometimes Amazon's more stable, but I usually don't bring it up because their fees are more expensive. Now, Double Helix, I had this highlighted. I was making sure, yes, you need it to stay up on the field to summon to the zone that the card points to. So hitting it with Ogre is pretty big, but it's actually still chilling above its original release price at 34. I've heard over and over, there's not a lot of these per case. And I have not had a single person say they pulled more than 5 from their cases. Let me know down below if you open cases of the set and that's not true. But I've heard only negative experiences of pulling Helix. People do love to complain, but the fact that I haven't heard a single person brag or say I got so many out of my case, definitely very weird. And at first people were saying, oh, it's just people complaining, but then it happened again and again and again, and I haven't heard over 5 Helixes being pulled from a case. For an Ultra, where there's 4 per box, that seems kind of low. I've heard a lot of 2s and 3s actually as well. Let me know down below. I'm not trying to hype this, I swear. I'm genuinely curious. $34 here seems to be the low, although admittedly I don't have it shifted correctly for you. $33, so a little bit lower still on eBay. Remember, TCG Player just had a sale, so some things are going to be kind of higher over here on TCG Player for a bit, since they sold out of a lot of cards with that free 5% kickback that they had over the weekend. Baguska has moved to the front page of TCG Player. What's that mean for Baguska? Its sales on TCG are going to spike a little. Combined with that 5% people had off, it's sitting barely above, you know, you save a quarter coming to eBay. Not the biggest deal, but it does quickly rise once these 2 sellers are gone, although it looks like we have quite a bit of stock in the first seller's hand. Now, this is a needed one of, I compare it to Tornado Dragon, but it's a super, so the pull rate of Baguskas are much higher than Tornado Dragon. That will naturally keep its price down from being something similar to Twin Twisters, but we still need Baguskas if you're playing anything with rank 4s. It being generic's amazing. People hype this up thinking it'd be a prize card. Not today, but you definitely do need to have at least one in your arsenal. This is not a price to complain about. Go ahead and get yours before they are gone, I guess, because being featured on TCG Player will hype this card a little. and you don't want to be paying over the $3 mark for a super you could have got easily. Over time, this will go down to, if you're not playing in any events immediately, just wait and chill out till you're playing in your events. People will be opening these packs for a long time at the events too. You'll have no problem getting one on the floor and trading for it for super cheap if you're at the event. Now, Firewall finally hit its YCS Dallas effect. This is what I'm talking about. There's a huge event. People need to grab things. It goes up naturally. It's not a buyout. It's not an investment. It's already down $4 over here from the initial $50 point. $6 over here. Fallen like a rock. Everybody who needed them for Dallas is also getting rid of this card. They know that reprint's coming one day, and they're getting rid of it now. Oh, it feels good, man. But YCS San Diego's on the horizon. YCS London's on the horizon. You will see these start to hit from the American market towards San Diego if there's not some kind of a ban list announced before it. Of course, you'll probably still be playing at San Diego under the current ban list, most likely. That being said, these will continue to fall for a little bit before they rebound from YCS hype once again. It's up to you what you want to do with this card. My philosophy is stay away, stay away, stay away as long as you can. And if you need them for an event, sell them after that event. Definitely. So thanks for watching. What do you guys think of today's Market Watch? Again, huge news with Billy Break streaming. I want to remind you guys one more time, come over here to the HoC Champions stream and follow, boys. Follow, hit that notification on, get to watch Billy Break play a different kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's going to be doing it regularly.